Hi, this is Rahim Zulfikar Ali from Excel Basement. In this video, we will learn two important things related to the DAX and we will implement in the Power BI. The first is we will know that how the related DAX works, just like the VLOOKUP in Microsoft Excel, and we will also create one more DAX which is distinct count, that how distinct count can be used in Power BI. Okay, so let's get started. I have two tables. The first one is related to the customer and the second one is orders, and they have respective columns in their tables, and I have created a relationship between the customer tables and the order tables, which is the common column, that is customer ID. Okay, so let's get started. I am in my data view tab, and here I have the customer ID. Okay, you can see that I have the customer ID, for example C688, C675, C645 respectively, and so on. And there are so many transactions in this table, and the customer ID, every time the customer comes in, he do some transaction, and the data is recorded, but I don't know who is on the C688. I want to know that customer name. So what I can do is, I can, if I am using the normal Excel, I can use the VLOOKUP function to get the customer name with respect to their customer ID, right? But here the easiness is that we can create the relationship between the tables, and then we can apply the related DAX. So about the related DAX, you can read on the Microsoft website that related DAX function is contains only one function argument, which is column. So that columns contains the values you want to retrieve, and you can read this in detail, that how it applied and what are the important points before applying the related DAX, and the example is given also. So let me just explain you in a very simple way, that here on the right side in the fields pane, you can see that I have two tables. The one is related to the customer and the second one is related to the orders, right? And in the customers table, I have the customer ID and the customer name, which is a unique primary list, which the business maintains itself for the records. And in the orders table, the real-time transactions occurs, and we don't have the customer name here. So on the backend, we have created the relationship between the common tables, which is the customer ID, and now we want to fetch the customer name in orders table with the help of related DAX. So how it can be done? Simple. We will right click on any column, we will get this contextual menu, and here we will click on new column. Okay, so when we click on new column, we will get the new column here, and we can write the name of the new column, which is customer ID, and now we will apply the related DAX equals to related bracket open, and now we know that in the customers table we have the customer name, right? So we will scroll down, press the tab key to write the complete table name and customer name, bracket close, and press enter. Simple. It is very simple than the VLOOKUP. So now in this table last column, you will get all the customer names, and here how the related function works done. So what it did is just simplified way, it just look up in the table that what is the common column. On the basis of that, he can fetch the required result from another table. Okay, so it interprets that the customer ID should be fetched with the customer names. Okay, just let me rename this customer names instead of customer ID. So now we got the customer names in this column. For example, if I don't created the relationship, if I remove the relationship from here, let's delete the relationship, and I will go back in my data tab view. So the error comes in. Why? Because it's mandatory, it's primarily that you have to create the relationships on the back end so that the related function will work, otherwise it will not work and it gives the error. So if I go to again on the relationships view and I join the customer ID with the customer ID in the orders table, and then coming back to the table area, again the customer names are shown. So this is how the related DAX works. One more interesting DAX which I want to share with you, and we will create it as not as a calculated column but as a measure, that for example, if I want to know that how many distinct customers are in the customer ID table, the customer ID column. So I will just select this column, and at the bottom, if you can see that it shows me that this table orders consist of total 8,399 rows, and the column which I have selected is customer ID, which consists of 795 distinct values. So very quickly, this status bar at the right, at the left bottom shows you some statistics, just like the calculated area in the Microsoft Excel shows you at the bottom the sum, average, or max and minimum when you select the value cells or value arrays in the normal Excel sheets. So similarly, this status bar shows us some statistics that total we have 8,399 rows and customer ID are 795 unique customers. So for example, if I want to know how many order priorities we have, unique order priorities, I will just click on this column and go down below. So it shows me that total rows are 8,399, but order priority consists of 5 distinct values. So simple, it shows me without any calculations. But if we want to know the distinct count by the help of DAX, how we can apply that? So we'll create a one measure, this is called explicit measures. So right click on any column, you will get this contextual menu, and here you can click on new measure. So the new measure name would be distinct count equals to distinct count, and now we will put the, let's say in the orders table we want to have the distinct count of customer ID, bracket close. So measure is created, and now you can see in the orders table you have a measure called distinct count, which has an icon of a kind of a calculator, right? Now we can use it in the report view tab. How we can use it? Let's say I select the table in the visualization pane, and from the fields area I will click on the distinct count. Okay, so it gives me a number of 795. Just let me make it a size a bit, increase the text size. This is 795. Okay, and also we have verified that when I select the customer ID, at the bottom this status view shows me that customer ID consists of 795 distinct values, and when we created a measure it also shows 795. Now we can use it in a different angle here. For example, if I want to see the 795 as a customer segment wise, so I just have to click on the customer segment, and now it shows that out of 795 distinct customers, 189 related to the consumer, 306 related to the corporate, 175 to the home office, and 125 to small business. You can further drill down this analysis into, like, if I want to see the province wise, so it gives me again some statics numbers that 795 are the distinct customers, whereas province wise and segment wise is this count. So you can use this explicit measure very effectively and efficiently in different type of analysis you want to do, right? So I hope you understand that how related DAX works and how distinct count works in Power BI, and this works same as in the Power Pivot also. Thank you.